Hi. Getting creative can be hard sometimes. You sit down, you want to make some music, but you can't seem to come up with something, and the things you do come up with, you just don't like. And one of the more common things, well, in my experience, that people are having this problem with are coming up with chord progressions. They want to make progressions that sounds familiar and natural and in the right style, but at the same time they don't want it to sound exactly like all other songs they already made, and I can think of many reasons why this can be hard, and I can think of plenty of ways to practice this. But today I'm just thinking, can't we make Ableton Live compose the chord progression for us? We're gonna make live randomize chords, and then we can listen to them and pick the ones we like. So, well, there are several ways to do this, but the way I was planning on doing it now, we get to choose what chords Live gets to choose from, and how often the different chords should appear, and how often in the progression Live should change chords. So let's get to it and see if we can make Ableton Live compose a chord progression. And I was planning on making Live do chord progressions with the 6 most common chords used together. So we'll start with some basic music theory, if you're not already familiar with this. So I'll pick a key. I will pick, well, D major maybe. This is a D major chord. And now we're going to find the 5 other chords that are most common in the key of D major. So if I take my D and I duplicate it and I move it up so that its root will be the 3rd note of the D major chord, we get the 2nd most common chord in D major. In music theoretical terms, this is called the tonic and this is called the dominant. And if we duplicate that one and move it down 2 semitones, we get what's called the subdominant. And I think you're all familiar with these when you hear them. Now we're gonna get the 3 parallels of these chords. So I select them all, duplicate them, and find the parallels by bringing these down 3 semitones and making them minor chords by moving the middle note down 1 semitone, like so. Now here's our 6 most common chords in the key of D major, and if I want another key, I can just select them all and move them. So here are the 6 most common chords in F major, and the pattern's always the same, so these are the chords from G major. But not only G major actually, they are also the 6 most common chords in E minor, because G major and E minor are parallels to each other. So there you have it. Now there are plenty of other great chords out there you can use, but I think we'll keep it simple today, so I'll use these 6. Now I will copy this to a new scene, and I will move the loop marker so we get just the 1st chord. Then I'll duplicate that clip, move the loop marker, so I get 1 chord per clip, like this, and like so, and this is the last one. Then I think I'll rename these. That might be helpful down the line. So we got G major, we got D major, we got C major, and then we got E minor, we got B minor, and we got A minor. There we have them. Now, to randomize this, I was planning on using the launch settings, to be more precise, the follow actions of the clips. If you haven't got these open, it's the little L at the bottom left here. So now I'll select all the clips. I will click one of them and shift select on the far other end. So I will do settings for all the clips at once. Now this means that after one bar, the thing that I choose in this drop down menu will happen. So if I pick next after one bar, it will automatically play the next clip. If I draw this one down, it will happen after just one quarter note, like so. Okay. But now, if I instead choose any, it will pick any chord. And we're already randomized, like so. Isn't it nice? If I wanted to always change chord, I instead pick other. Now it will never play the same chord 2 times in a row, like so. Okay. But I actually want him to do that sometimes, but I want to be in control how often he will change chord and how often he will, you know, stay at the same one. So let's select them all again, and then in the other box choose play again. And then I can, by setting a ratio between the left box and the right box, the follow action A and the follow action B, I can set how often he will play the same one again and how often he will switch. So now it's more likely that he will play the same one again than that he will change chord, like so. Okay, and you can play around with this till you feel that it's to your liking. So now I'm thinking I will make a song that's in a minor key, so I want the E minor to appear more often, and then I just, well, duplicate E minor so I get more of it. And then maybe I think D major is a nice chord, so I will duplicate that one, and maybe A minor. So now I've chosen some of the chords that will appear a little more often in my chord progression, like so. And then you can do a lot of things. Maybe I don't think that it sounds very good when the G major is in this inversion, or maybe the D major is really high. Then I can take this note and pull it down one octave, and maybe the F sharp as well. Maybe that sounds better. And maybe I will have 2 different A minors, maybe one in the root inversion and the other one I will shift one inversion, like so. And maybe one of the E minors should be in this second inversion. Well, and I could play around this forever, but you know, now I have something. Now let's try this to some drums and see what it sounds like. Okay, not that interesting. But what if now I select all of them, and instead of changing or playing at every quarter note, I will do it at every third 16th. Now that's more interesting. I wonder what kind of song this will be. Maybe some kind of big room house kind of thing. I don't know. Let's see. Now maybe I want to make it even more interesting. I think I will select them all once again, duplicate them all, and in these boxes I will change them so they will do the follow action after just 2 16ths. So now sometimes 3 16ths and sometimes 2. Well, okay. Well, now maybe Live will come up with something great. So I'll just press this global record button on the top here and, you know, go do something else for a minute. Like so. Well done. Let's listen and see what he come up with. So let's see. Wait a minute. Okay, well, let's do a loop somewhere around here. That's not so bad, is it? I will pick that one. And now I have my chord progression. Now I can make a song out of this. So I'll just throw some house music together. Take these chords and copy them to a new MIDI track. And well, maybe the piano is a good thing, so I'll just move the piano to this track. And then duplicate that track. Maybe do a bass. Now I can just read here that I have a lot of E minors, like so. So then here there will be E minor, and then we get some A minor here. That's an A, and here we got the G and an E again, and then the D. And then we could, well, this D, I will jump down with that one and do a bass. Let's pick a bass, and let's insert a pitch effect and bring everything down some octaves, maybe 3 octaves. Okay, and then maybe consolidate all of these like so, and then this little thing happens take care of, and that's because the clips we used at the top were all 1 bar long. So now we can do some rhythms, just because it's nice. Let's try something. Now that's bass. Let's give it some sidechain compression. There, sidechain. Kick drum. Like so. Now let's do some more stuff. Duplicate that one and get angry saw kind of sound. Maybe this one. Maybe 1 octave down. And then the sidechain compressor on that one. Okay. What else? Maybe maybe some sort of organ. Where do we find an organ? Under the piano and keys, I will guess. Dance dot organ. Yeah, and we can go on like this, but you know, I have my chord progression, and Ableton Live composed it for me. He made it. Now I'm thinking, could we make Ableton Live write a melody to this? I think we could, but that will be another video, some other day. Bye for now.